Also, not like Nicaraguan. Careful, movie, you could get canceled for saying that word these days. Of an Age was written and directed by Goran Stolevsky, who did You Won't Be Alone, one of the most surprising movies of last year. Check it out. It's strange. It's definitely a character study, but it's absolutely worth your time. And so is Of an Age. Just going to get that right out there right now, because this was quite good. It's a coming-of-age movie, so to speak, kind of making sense given the fact that it's called Of an Age. And what is this Of an Age? What is the particular age that we were referring to in Of an Age? Well, it's taking place in the year of 1999, where Prince was going to party like it was that year. And it's taking place in Australia. It centers around Adam and Cole. Baby! If you're a non-wrestling fan, you have no goddamn idea what I'm talking about. So Adam, played by Tom Green, no, not that one, Tom with an H, and also Tom Green with actual talent, and Cole, Elias Anton. There's a bit of an age difference. They bond over, well, trying to rescue Adam's sister, Ebony, played by Katie Hook. Yeah, there's another wrestling reference right there. From a situation she got herself in, and then Adam and Cole, baby, bond and find out they have a lot more in common despite their age difference and despite the fact that they weren't aware of the other, even though Cole and Ebony had been living in perfect harmony, so to speak, as friends for many years. So, I'm just going to say right now, if you read the description, you know what this movie is about. Basically, it's basically, coming to, well, not even coming to grips, just being yourself, and the fact that both Adam and Cole are gay. And they bond over music. They kind of come from different backgrounds. Cole is Serbian, Yugoslavian, and, his family came over during, the war. And let's just say some of Cole's family is accepting of, who he is, and some other parts of his family aren't. There's not even implied, there's flat out rampant homophobia, but it's told through, oh, well, a little bit of this will do somebody good, or why you dressed like that, why are you acting all weird like this and everything. And I mean, there aren't slurs necessarily thrown out except among the three main characters, and that does focus on Adam, Cole, and Ebony. There are other characters in the periphery, like Faye, played by Verdi Higgins, who is terrific as Adam and Ebony's mom. And from there, we basically have a movie that's a character study. Maybe it's one that seems a little bit familiar, but I will say Tom Green, Elias Anton, and Katie Hook do, deliver terrific performances. In fact, this movie is strengthened and heightened and perhaps bolstered all the way up to the goddamn heavens because of the performances. It's a typical story, and it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's over in about 95 minutes, and there are some heartbreaking moments. There are some uplifting moments, and the fact that your first love could, be the best thing. It could be the love that takes you to the ends of the earth, somebody that you hook up with, stay with, and carries you all the way to the end of your life. Or it could flame out in a tragic way. It could flame out in a positive way. It could just flame out, period, and then you reconnect and all this stuff and all this crazy stuff happening. Whether you're gay, straight, LGBTQ, doesn't matter. If you have a problem with people being gay, that's your fucking problem, and you don't deserve really any happiness, quite frankly. Accept people as they are. Why not? So, unless it's something illicit and illegal, like certain words that I'm not going to say here, but if you're gay, it's not illegal. You can be who you are. The movie's good. It's good. There are some, again, great performances, some really good pieces of dialogue. And this also is streaming on Peacock, which right there, you could make a few jokes there and have a little bit of fun. But great performances, great dialogue. Goran Stolevsky proves that You Won't Be Alone wasn't just, it wasn't just one hit that he had, or at least a critical hit. This absolutely deserves the praise it has gotten from audiences and critics alike. Even if many admit it treads familiar ground, it does so in a way with great performances that you can't help but enjoy it. I'm going to get into spoilers here. Spoilers will not take very long because, again, it's more of a character study. There isn't a lot to necessarily spoil, because like about a third of this movie takes place in a car. And that's fine. That's fine. Or at least around the car, because they have to get Ebony out of a situation, so they got to drive and do all this stuff. And there's some good comedy and some good stuff. And it's just enjoyable. So anyway, I'm going to get into spoilers. 3, 2, 1, and spoilers. Okay. So we start in the beginning where Cole is trying to call Ebony, gets a hold of Faye. I was just thinking about her, well, no, this kind of stuff. And obviously this is taking place sometime in, I guess, current time, because we have 2 chapters, 1999 and then 2010. And 1999 pretty much dominates most of the movie. 2010, I think, takes place over the last 30 minutes. Basically, a panic girl that we find out is Ebony, wakes up on a beach, has no idea where the hell she is, has to basically beg for change from somebody to call on a payphone. God, payphones, I remember those. Not in Australia, because I've never been to Australia. I do love me some Aussie women, but let's move on from that. And she's not doing so well. She calls Cole in a panic. He's like panicking because apparently they have this big dance final competition thing for school, I believe, or something. And he's panicking. He's like, wait a second, we got to do this. We got to get to this. We got to get to the Civic Center or whatever. Apparently the Baltimore Civic Center just moves everywhere. There's a deep cut for wrestling fans. Well, he goes to this one friend, Tari's house. And she calls on Cole's behalf, gets a hold of Adam, because Adam is somebody that needs to, help them out, because he needs to help out his sister. And she just has this one funny line, this gay kid just showed up at my house, and he says I'm not gay, but it's obvious he is. I don't care. It's obvious he is. And I didn't actually realize it was in Australia at first. I couldn't quite figure out the accents, and I had to look it up on IMDb. And he says, oh, thank you. We're going to get to this. I owe you my firstborn. I don't know why that was so funny. He finds a dress that Ebony had left at this house for some reason. Ebony's a bit of a partier, bit of a wild girl, bit of a philanthropist, bit of a philanderer. No, bit of a wild child, as the kids said back in the 50s and 60s. So that's really skewer and old. And they bond over music, jokes, and a shared love of cinema and everything. There's even a reference to Strangers on a Train, which I always appreciate because I love me some Alfred Hitchcock movies. Maybe not so much how he treated women, but nevertheless. They talk about their various studies and some good callbacks that we get a little bit later. One point, Cole says, oh, that's a dumb question. Oh, don't say that, Adam says. And bombshell, Adam is gay, even though that was very obvious. Even if you didn't read the description, you pretty much could tell right away. Nothing wrong, again. Ebony is a bit of an ungrateful bitch for being picked up and not appreciating the fact that these guys went out of their way to pick her up when she decided to party and do drugs and everything. Adam kind of needles Ebony about something that she did in school. Cole tries to calm her down. Don't worry about the dance thing. It's all right. Oh, you didn't get into this particular university? Fuck them. They're C's. I can't say that word because I'm worried about being flagged. I love that insult, but nevertheless. Ebony gets back home. Faye, the mother, is a little bit upset. Absolutely upset, that is. And then Adam and Cole continue to bond. Eventually, yes, we do get... first we get a bit of a party that she, too many pronouns, pal, sorry, Vince McMahon, that Ebony ends up going to, and then Adam basically is implied, well, my sister's kind of bad news. Maybe don't hang out with her. And then they bond. Of course, we do get the romance, and they got to keep it secret, or at least Cole does, because, Adam's family's a little bit more accepting. His mother is, but his mother works hard, and the uncle less so. And then we get a volcanic eruption in Iceland, somewhere around 2010. I think I recall that. I'm not sure what the name of the mountain was. So anyway, nevertheless, they meet Adam, or he meets Adam again. They bond. It turns out that they are both there for Ebony's wedding. And then, it turns out that, Cole and Ebony haven't spoken in 5 or 6 years, but he wanted to be there for his lifelong friend. Sometimes friends lose contact. And it turns out the uncle's part of the family, completely abandoned talking to him because they're dicks, homophobic dicks. If you abandon somebody in your family just strictly because they are gay, you are an asshole. And Adam is married. Ebony gets married. We get a whole lot of, songs at this wedding. I mean, there were so many song references. There was Boy Is Mine by Monica and Brandy, and then Maneater by Nelly Furtado, and then Love Fool by the Cardigans. And basically, Adam and Cole, Bay, have one more big old chat. It's emotional. There's a part where, like really, really good stuff from Elias Anton where he says, oh, life frozen that one feeling, just thinking of how lucky I am. And then they go to the hotel and then they just hold each other. And there you go. And that's the end of the movie right there. It's good. Perhaps even great. Actually, fuck it. Even with the flaws, the fact that we've seen stuff like this before, and yeah, A+. It gets good. It gets a very, very good grade. A+ is about the best I can goddamn do for the terrific performances and the way it was filmed and the way it was shot. This just, well, the way it was filmed and shot, I guess, are kind of the same thing, but great performances by the 3 lead actors. There you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Wetland. I'll see you soon.